Well, Ulysses, on yesterday's program, we discussed some of our favorite and best moments from 2023. Now we have to get into the negative news a bit and discuss our least favorite, unsavory, unfavorable moments from 2023.
It's going to hurt a little bit, so that's why we chose to not do it in the morning. We're doing it in the afternoon so you guys can get your adult beverage on, and let's have at least some semblance of a group therapy session starting right now.
You are Locked On Rays, your daily Tampa Bay Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, my name is Kevin Weiss.
I'm Ulises Sambrano.
And we are the host of the Locked On Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Thank you for making us your very first listen every day. Be sure to check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Locked On Rays. You can also find us on the social medias X and Instagram. And email us anytime. We love the mailbag questions, comments, concerns, hot takes, and voice memos. I may add lockedonrays@gmail.com if you want to talk about the Rays, baseball in general, life, living in Tampa Bay. We extend it all to you. It's all on the table. It's all an opportunity. So, as we alluded to, we're doing this show live. Hopefully, we get some nice, fun interaction like we have Argenis on the line here, our good buddy. And I'm sure some more joining us over the course of the next half hour or so. I would bet that Argenis is tuning into us and streaming or watching the Astros-Rangers game currently, which, man, that is some series. Really, the playoffs, just to kind of step aside for a second, the playoffs have been entertaining. I will say that.
I know people are talking crap because of the whole, it's been too many sweeps, which, like, hey, that's just the way that it, happens sometimes. But I mean, the Texas series has been kind of crazy to watch because, man, there's so much firepower in that lineup. Texas does have a weakness in the bullpen, and then Houston just has an unfair advantage with all that starting pitching that they have. But yet again, it's been Verlander who apparently has been scuffling. And then not really. The first game, he gave up 2 runs, and then he takes the L. And then today, he gives up 4, and it's not looking so hot right now for the Houston Astros. So, no, it's a really good series. Hopefully, they get to Game 7.
Hopefully, and that Game 7s are always fun and entertaining for sure. All right, let's get to the worst moments of 2023 for the Tampa Bay Rays. Wasn't the best segue I've ever had, but we'll have to move along here. I'll start it off. Usually, Ulysses, I open the door for you, but this time I'll throw out a couple doozies here. Really, just we can say the month of August or the middle of the month of August, but because I have a 1A and a 1B. My 1A is the whole Wander Franco news and mess that rocked the fan base in the clubhouse and all of professional baseball and professional sports alleging or an allegation coming forth that he was in an inappropriate relationship with a minor. And then later on, there was reports and news that, hey, it might not just be one minor. It could be 2, 3, 4, something along those lines. So that was a huge, huge, devastating blow. I mean, let's be frank here. Not only was this guy an all-star, but he is and was one of the best players in the game. 5.5 WAR through 112 games. He was on pace to be really a 25-50 guy. And the drop-off of you take him out of the equation, who are you replacing him with? Rookies. I mean, the replacement level, it's a huge disparity from Wander Franco to X to Y to Z. And everything else, because it's really unfortunate, of course, if what is alleged is true, that's going to be a whole other can of worms that we'll have to discuss. But it really distracted from the momentum in the ride of the Rays 2023 season. I mean, one of the best teams in baseball, one of the best teams in the American League, one of the contending for an AL East championship and fifth straight playoff appearance. And then you had this whole sour mess that came to fruition and just a major, major distraction. And it was really very quickly. And well, you know what? I'll let you, you're about to make a point, so I'll let you make that before I continue.
I think it's really simple. I think it's, you had an MVP type caliber player, and then you take him out, and then you put in a guy that's going to give you a 75 OPS plus.
Yeah.
So you're going to see that right away. And I think the fandom just got like a gut punch and just like, damn, this is our guy that has billboards across the highway. Everybody has a Franco something. And now, you know, that, yeah, this might sound silly, but like now you might feel weird putting on that Franco stuff.
Wasn't it just days after the bat giveaway, one of the best giveaways that I can remember at a Rays home game? And then you have this come about. So yeah, your point is well taken there.
Well, Chase says it right there. Remember when we got the lineup without our starter young shortstop and during a playoff push? Yeah. Chase is right.
So that really threw things for a loop there. And now there's the question and conversation. Will he ever play another game in a Rays uniform? And if he does, man, talk about having to navigate a can of worms of, is the team and the organization, how is he going to be accepted by everyone? See another comment here. Wander Franco to a rookie is like filet mignon to a McDonald's hamburger. Yeah, that's a pretty good point there from Trish. So there's that. And then we saw, I mean, the Rays really moved swiftly with, hey, we're going to release a brief statement. Kevin Cash is going to say very few words on it. We're not going to let or allow the players to speak on the matter. And then it was a pretty quick maneuver in the sense of you didn't see him on billboards anywhere. Merchandise was gone. Banners were gone. The locker room, his locker was basically cleaned out or temporarily repurposed. And everything that happened over this time frame, you had more and more snippets that came about. I mean, there was a report from Hector Gomez, really respected reporter, especially out of Latin America, that he said, or people told him, that Wander is very unlikely to play again in Major League Baseball. Not this season, not that month, but ever again. So that, you know, there were just so much that went along with this, as well as, of course, the status of his contract going forward.
Yeah, no, it's overall, you cannot paint this in any shape a good thing. It's just awful all around. Because even if, like, quote unquote, the best thing happens and the allegations are completely false and he can resume his major league career, that's just going to follow him no matter what by the 29 other fan bases. And some people in his own fan base is never going to look at him the same way, even if it's always completely untrue. Like, there's going to be people that might not ever want to, you know, wear a Franco jersey or maybe clap for him or root for him.
There's going to be that cloud that surrounds him, and it's something that he's going to have to carry and deal with. And not to mention I don't know what he's doing right now. I mean, I would imagine there's going to be a ramp up time and a scale to get back to the player he once was, if he ever can become that again. So that was one thing. The other thing was, you know, basically a few days later, a week later, we get the news and reports that Shane McClanahan is going to undergo Tommy John surgery and miss not only the rest of this season, but the rest of 2024 as well. I mean, it's one thing to deal with the losses of Jeffrey Springs and Drew Rasmussen and Tyler Glass now being delayed in his return, but you're talking about the quasi ace of the staff for the last 3 years. And the timing was just atrocious because we were looking at your two best players, your best offensive player and your best pitcher. And just like that, you know, you have to kind of figure things out on the fly. And you know, with Wander and Shane being out of the fold, it really, I think, as I'm sure you'll get to, screwed up the whole complexion of the postseason, because there's something about having superstars in the lineup and having a strong 1, strong 2, strong 3 that makes all the difference. And for the teammates as well, having that confidence and composure and that comfortability of knowing we have our best guys on the field at the most important time.
100%. And again, in 2021, when he started, he was awesome. He gave you 6 innings of shut up baseball. And then in Cleveland, he went 7 innings, allowing 2 runs. So he has done it in the postseason in his role as a starter. So now you're telling me that that guy's no longer available? That's going to cause some big letdowns, not only in the clubhouse, but in the fandom. And I know that a Glass, now Eflin, Civale was still good enough. But when you're when you're in the season, you don't want to be so negative. But when you're starting to say good enough,
right.
Like that's not the point. The point is just to say that's really good. Good enough? I don't know. I feel like you're not really confident, and that's what we were saying. Is it good enough? Is Civale, Eflin, and Glasnow good enough? Yes, they're good enough. They're good enough. Klosky said it too with us. He's like, they're good enough. That's not what you want to hear, though, right? You don't want to hear good enough. Hey, Kevin. Here's a dish I made you. Oh, how is it? It's good enough. Are you? I mean, really though, like, what are you looking for?
It's satisfactory, basically. That's what you're saying. Whereas you have McClanahan and or Franco on the team, it's like, no, we should be rolling and mowing through opponents, at least until we get to the ALCS.
Exactly.
And of course, that wasn't the case. And just, it's so much different for you to go into the playoffs saying we have Shane McClanahan 1, Eflin 2, Glasnow 3, and then we can back up the Brinks truck with Aaron Civale and fill in the gaps and fill in the void there. But when you take the big name out of the equation, it really, really makes a difference. And I mean, I know if you're a professional athlete, you need to have the mindset that you can overcome, you can fight adversity, and you can put your best foot out there. But you can't tell me that there's not players in that locker room here like, okay, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to do something.
And there are times when life is going to throw at you very unexpected things, and you've got to be ready. Like the Rays were supposed to be ready, and you can be ready too with Jase Medical. Guys, the holidays are coming. You want your family to be safe at any time. Well, guess what? You can buy them a gift card. You can buy a gift card for your family and your loved ones so that they can get a Jase case of their own. What is a Jase case? The Jase case is a personalized emergency medication kit that contains 5 essential antibiotics that treat the most common and deadly bacterial infections. You can also customize your case, additional life-saving medications based on your unique needs. So today you have to go to jasemedical.com and enter locked on. That's the code, and that'll give you a $20 discount on your order. So today go to jasemedical.com. That's JASE medical.com and use promo code locked on LOCKEDON for a $20 discount on your order. Go to jasemedical.com.
And Ulises, before you get to your worst moments of 2023, again, just to recap, for me, Wander Franco mess, Shane McClanahan injury, and as I was kind of leading up this entire time, I think if both those guys were in play and healthy and available, the Rays would have not only won at least 100 games, but probably would have won 101, 102, 103, and surpassed the Orioles for the AL East championship. And who knows what could have happened in the playoffs at that point. You wouldn't have had to face the Rangers till later on.
Yeah.
So you would you'd at least be out of the wild card. So that would be nice.
which was one of the biggest things that we were talking about coming into the playoff push. Is like, you got to get through the wild card game or the wild card series, and you did not. You didn't. You just we fell on our faces, all of us as a fandom, as a team, and it's such a letdown. And that actually brings me, not yet. I will save that for a little bit, but my first. By the way, great letdowns that you've pointed out so far, Kevin. Another one, and I made a big stink about this when this happened, was the All-Star snubs. I thought that was really unprofessional from a national broadcast. Like, that could be. I know it's Shane McClanahan and Wander Franco, and like, they're very talented players. Well, I was going to say, and because they're talented, you expect them to have multiple all-star selections. Well, one of them might not be an all-star ever again.
Yeah.
And so the one time that he got a chance to do so, he wasn't even called out in neither when he walked onto the field, and neither by the broadcast when he goes onto the field to play as a defensive replacement in the 7th or 8th inning, whenever it was. Like, that was that all-star snubbing really, to borrow Peter Griffin's famous line, really grinded my gears.
Yeah, I know that we had Klosky on around that time frame, and we had talked about it for a couple of episodes. Argenis Rashad checks in. The 20-1 loss to the Blue Jays was pretty awful too. Yes, it was, Argenis. Yeah. I mean, that's basically 3.5 clunkers in one, if you want to look at it from that standpoint. Wasn't as bad as my softball team beating another softball team this week by a score of 42-6, the old football score.
Oh my. Okay, well, give us your line.
I believe I went 4 for 4.
Ooh,
but I think everybody else went 4 for 4, 5 for 5, or 6 for 6, and that was us taking it easy. We were going base to base as well. Getting away from that, so All-Star snubbery is, I guess, one of your honorable mentions, or is that your big?
That was my honorable mention, because I really want to get into my last one, which is, being in left field and seeing Zach Eflin giving up 4 runs in the 4th inning in less than 4 minutes. 4 runs in the 4th inning in less than 4 minutes. There were 2 outs, Kevin. Let me paint you a picture. Adolis Garcia opens the inning with a solo homer. Eflin gets 2 quick outs. Rays are down by 1. Let's get the boys back in the dugout real quick. Let's see what we can do with the bats. Let's wake up. Let's do something, okay? Young gets on base, steals second. A little Texas bloop, pun intended, in no man's land, just between right field and first base, clipping. If you go watch this, because you're a masochist like I am, go watch it. Josh Lowe, he takes a dive. The ball grazes that damn glove of his, and he can't catch it. That was the worst, because the whole stadium, which was barely 21,000 people, which is also that did suck too.
That's another worst moment, is the playoff attendance over the course of those 2 games.
Dude, that was such a letdown. And there are so many factors. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to say, you can't, being there sucked with not only the play on the field, because the play on the field was just absolute horrible. If you're a Rays fan, if you're a Texas Rangers fan, you were having fun. But it just sucked the energy out of it. And Pete Fairbanks said it too in the post-game conference after they were eliminated. They were like, yeah, the dugout wasn't hyped up. And I think that was a reference to, we didn't get anything, no energy from the fans.
Yeah.
The blue seats can't yell. Blue seats can't clap.
You can pump in some fake stadium noise. Maybe have some cardboard cutouts like during the pandemic. That might have solved things. Oh yeah, Mike H checking in the whole month of July. Worst month in Rays franchise history and Devil Rays franchise history, if I may add.
Yeah, true.
They won like I don't even know the exact record, but they did not win many games. You can basically count them on your hand. Lowe misplayed that ball so badly. Yeah, that would. You know what? Here's another overarching theme from that 7-1 playoff loss where Eflin was the starter and game 1 as well. Just rough around the edges, defense, everything. And you wonder like if Shane McClanahan was available at least for game 1, maybe there's more strikeouts, less balls in play, and or defenders are more comfortable and confident knowing that their dude is on the mound. Same thing, Wander Franco playing shortstop. Yeah, I can't remember if there was a player misplay at the shortstop position. I mean, regardless,
Walls did an error. He also made a nice play, but he also had an error. Yeah,
right. So not trying to go back and woulda, coulda, shoulda, but
right, yeah.
Having a combined 10, 11 WAR on the field at one time. An additional 10 to 11 WAR on the field at one time. And actually probably more than that if they played the entirety of the season.
No, look, answer me this. Does Shane McClanahan receive Cy Young votes this year? Like,
probably, yeah.
Probably. Does Wander Franco get MVP votes this year?
100%.
So you lost an MVP type caliber player and a Cy Young caliber player. It's insanity. It's insanity. And y'all want to make me go lucid on a fun Friday live episode.
So I don't know if you really got to this, but the Kevin Crash moment or moments as well, I guess that's all baked into the playoff series.
It's losing my voice. It's seeing it all crumble. It's not understanding those big 4 questions that I have on the wild card series not being answered at all by Kevin Cash in the front office, or not being asked by the media available. Just inning by inning, people were losing faith. Kids were crying. They were like, "Mom, no, why are the Rays losing?" I was like, "Kiddo, welcome to the club."
It was bad. It was really bad.
And I told him, I was like, "Kiddo, you don't even remember the Devil Rays days. Like, golly.
Yeah.
At least you're crying in the playoffs, kid."
Yeah, kid, you've been on a run of 5 straight playoff appearances. Let's go back to pre-2008. There'd be a lot of tears shed there. Yeah. All right, we have more to discuss, baseball trivia, and Name That War on a fun Friday live. But first, we have to tell you this: the MLB playoffs are here, which means the clock continues to tick on your chance to 100 times your cash on daily fantasy baseball. Baseball has never been more exciting than it is now. I mean, check out the playoffs, check out the Champions Series and what is going on concurrently as we record. Pick more or less on stats for all the stars and teams like home runs, hits, strikeouts, and more for up to a 100 times payout on Sleeper. If you get your picks right, you could win BIG big. So use that promo code that I told you to, Locked On, LOCKEDON, LOCKEDON, and you'll get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. Remember to check out Sleeper's terms of use for details. All right, Ulises, before we get to Name That War in baseball trivia, any other worst moments from 2023 that pop off to you, or it was kind of a mix and match of the playoffs, the all-star mention or not mention, Kevin Crash moments galore in the playoffs?
Yeah, I guess the Kevin Crash moments I kind of baked into the wild card loss, really. It's just, I think it's really odd to feel not so negative, because when you win 99 games, you should be happy, like Chase Ross says. So we are now the new Red Sox. Look, you have to, first of all, You have to be happy that the team is successful. You have to be happy that the team is a 99 win caliber team. Like, that is awesome. That is good news. Like, that makes us happy as a fandom. Now, because you win 99 games and because you've been going to the playoffs for 5 straight years, you should have a better standard that, yay, 99 wins. Like, right? Like, it's not, and for whoever wants to be a seal clapper, go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do that. And Kevin Cash is not doing that. He said that on the podium after their wrap of the postmortem. He said, the day that is the expectation to just go to the playoffs, I'm not going to be. I don't want to be here. And Neander said the same thing, and Peter Bendick said the same thing. I know seal clappers just want to clap everything like everything is fine, and like, oh, the playoffs are great. Like, the playoffs are great, but you need to include the but. That's what I always say, Kevin.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Good term there. We're going to leave that in the show. I was sorry, I was a little distracted. I would have laughed more, but I was looking at the opening day roster in comparison to the playoff roster.
Oh boy.
I mean, that's an oopsie right there as well. I mean, from the injuries to the ineffectiveness to guys getting released or traded, there was a lot that happened. Chase says, I want that ring. Of course. Yeah, we all do. And I think I posed the question to Ulises, will the Rays get a ring before the new stadium is open in 2028? So you say yes.
Yeah.
So that means the Rays have 24, 25, 26, 3 years to get that done.
4
years. Oh, it opens
4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh my gosh. 24, 25, 26, 27. Yes. It's a Friday afternoon, Friday evening. My brain is fried and shattered. Yes, they have 4 years to accomplish that.
3 years? I don't think I say yes. 4 years? I'm like, okay.
4 years. And the Rays theoretically could and should in May win the playoffs or make it to the playoffs in each of those 4 years. So that would be 9 consecutive years. Could be 9 consecutive years of making the playoffs. Give us one ring, 1 out of 9.
Come on.
That's a lot. 12%,
If you want us to believe in the whole, like, we just got to get into the playoffs, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Make us believe by going 9 and then like 1 out of 9. Cool. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Argenis Rashad says 3 years. I don't know if he means that the Rays will win one within the next 3 years.
It's 4 years.
24, 25, 26. Wait. No, I think
the lease ends in 2027, so they have to open up
by the time the new stadium opens up, beginning first pitch 2028. So the Rays have 24, 25, 26, and 27. Yes.
Come on, Argenis.
We're all having a little trouble with math here.
That's what I meant, Kevin. Yes. Okay. All right.
Okay, there we go. All right, we're getting it. Mike says, before we get to baseball trivia, name that war. We are lucky to have a great MLB team in our era. Anything under an hour to travel to the game is okay. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Mike. I mean, it's, there's a lot of markets out there that have to deal with similar traffic woes and people still find a way to get to the ballpark. But there's other conflicting factors or, just issues that go along with why the Rays aren't drawing as much as some other markets, despite the success that they've had as an organization. And hopefully that changes with the new ballpark and all the pomp and circumstances surrounding that and all the new residents and businesses and hotels that'll be popping up nearby, that it'll become an event when the time comes with that. All right, baseball trivia, name that war. Let's kick on the night driving. Love it. You're already ahead of the game there. My question, just making sure it's there. I just like settling into the night driving.
Right.
There we go. It's good. Playoff baseball trivia edition. I have in front of me a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 individuals who have hit 7 or more homers over the course of a single postseason. 7 or more home runs in one postseason.
Okay.
And these are hitters, not pitchers allowing 7 or more home runs. Hitters bopping out 7 or more home runs. I want 5 of those 10 names.
BJ Upton.
BJ Upton did it in 2008. 7 in 72 playoff appearances.
Evan Michael, I'm so good Longoria.
Strike 1.
Randy Arozarena.
The clubhouse leader with 10 homers and 86 plate appearances in the playoffs in that amazing, miraculous, historic 2020 season that had him in comparison to guys like Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds, and others.
Let's go with Manny Ramirez.
Strike 2.
Shenanigans. Okay. It has to be somebody recent because the more recent it is, the more rounds they have in the playoffs, and then the more opportunities to hit more home runs in said long rounds. So I'm going to go with Venezuelan bump, don't let me down, Jose Altuve.
That would be correct. He had 7 in 2017, 80 plate appearances.
I legitimately have 3 guys.
You have 3 guys, 2 strikes.
Want to be friendly with a hint? If you want, like, do you have years? Like a hint that's
okay. 2020.
2020 and more than 7.
I'll give you 2020 and 2002. 7 or more.
7 or more. So in 2020, it had to be something like Corey Seager or Cody Bellinger. I'm going to go with Seager.
Seager is correct. He had 8 in 80.
8 in 80. And then you're going to go 2002. 2002 was Angels of Anaheim against the San Francisco Giants. Dusty Baker was the manager of the Giants. And guess what? There's a lefty swinging bad mother. You know what? Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I actually gave you the answer a couple minutes ago when I talked about Randy being compared to a couple guys. Barry Bonds is correct. He had 74 plate appearances in 2002. Very good with that. You protected and eventually got a hit. So the other names on this list, so we have Randy, we have Corey, we have Barry. Nelson Cruz in 2011 had 8. Carlos Beltran had 8 in 2004. Jose Altuve, BJ Upton, also in 2002. Troy Glaus had 7 and 69 plate appearances.
What a great name.
Yes, Troy Glaus, very good career. Daniel Murphy, 7 in 2015. And then this guy, I guess, used his terrific playoff output in 2009 to get a massive contract, I believe, by the Phillies or the Nationals. He went from the Phillies to the Nationals,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth.
Jason Worth. Yep. He had 7 in 62. So
that's one of the most ridiculous. Thank you, Argenis. I did have that. Thank you. Jason Worth's contract, that was one of the most ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the first, like, okay, what are teams doing here? Because I just did not see it.
No, I didn't see it.
He was a fine enough player, but I didn't think he was deserving of 130 million buckaroos.
No, not at all. All right. Do we shut down night driving for Name That War?
For a quick Name That War, yes.
Name That War, if you haven't been with us, it's when we take a player from the past and we try to guess using only our baseball archive mind to guess this player's war according to Baseball Reference. Today, I went Rangers. I went 2010 because I'm a masochist.
Okay.
What is the career war, according to Baseball Reference, of Justin Smoak?
Okay. Justin Smoak. Before I do that, I need to take a sip of my adult beverage, but I don't want anybody to see me doing this, so I'm going to...
Ooh,
do a little protection here.
I want people on the live chat. What is Kevin Weiss drinking right now?
You'll never know.
I want it. I want to know. Hey, Center
that was Cards. A good tip there. Justin Smoke. Okay. First base DH guy, if I recall. He played probably at least 10, maybe 12 years in the bigs. Had some good seasons. I don't think he was ever an all-star. He just always seemed like kind of average between 18 to 23 homers and a 260 batting average. Did he get to 200 career homers? He might have, or very close to it. And I think guys like that, I don't think put up very large WARs. So I'm going to say his is about, I'll give him a dozen years in the league. I'll give him about a 1.2 WAR season on average. I'll give him 14 WAR.
Justin Smoke did not get to 200 home runs. He got 196. He was an all-star once. His career slash line is 229, 322, 419 for a 740 OPS. And his career WAR is 6.9.
Oh, I overshot it.
6.9. You did give a lot of love to Justin Smoke. Trish says White Claw. Is she right? Is Trish right?
No, it is not a White Claw. It's
is Center
way
Hill
more
Cards,
manly.
Is Center Hill Cards right?
He's in the same ballpark. He's on the right track for sure.
CHC.
It's definitely closer to that
than White Claw.
Yeah. It's in that same
vein,
kind of family of American light beer, but with more flavor.
That doesn't exist, Kevin. This is lies.
Yeah.
This is lies.
You're not a big American light beer fan?
It just tastes like I'm drinking water that's yellow.
So you like something heavy. You like an IPA that's like 16% alcohol. That you drink it. It's like you went to AutoZone and got motor oil. Just the thickness and the viscous of a thick IPA that kicks you on your butt after drinking one, and you have a stomach ache.
I want when I drink an IPA to improve my facial hair.
It does that.
Oh, skinny margarita, says Mike.
So I'm having a skinny pizza because that's the way margarita is spelled in that description.
Damn, Mike got called out.
No H or an E.
Yeah. Mike getting called out by Kevin. All right. Chase says Bud Light. Ooh.
No, not Bud Light.
Oh, because you said taste.
The only time I drink Bud Light, Bud Light does not have the flavor profile. I'm not going out of my way to purchase Bud Light unless it's at the Trop for $5.
Yes. Oh, $5 Bud Light. Give it to me.
Yeah. I don't think you can buy a water for $5 at the Trop.
No, it's $7.50.
Yeah.
And you know what happens? That's why the kid was also crying, not because Zach Eflin was putting up a bad show on the mound. Yeah. He's also like, "Mom, I want water," and she's like, "Nah, son, I'm getting my $5 Bud Light."
To avoid paying for water, go to the Trop and just drink out of the faucet. That's what I do.
Or bring a sealed water bottle that apparently they you can get in.
Or you bring one of those elastic collapsible silicone dog water bowls. Fill it up with water in the faucet. And then drink it like that. Drink it like a dog.
And people just have no reaction to this in the bathroom. They just go about their business.
Yep. People don't comment. Well, here's the thing. People are always on their phone, so they don't even notice me doing it.
Fight in the game. Did you see the fight in the game?
I'm assuming that's the Rangers.
No, we've been doing the show, Chase. We've been doing the show, so we have missed it. Who was it? Between who? Mike says Miller Lite. We have a winner.
He would not be incorrect.
There you go, Mike. Mike wins it. Mike wins it on the live show. Guys, I got to tell you, I don't know about you. I want to hear you on the live chat right now. If you're on the live chat, please make your voice known. do you like the live shows? Because if you do, if you do like the live
did
shows,
I make a mistake? Did you see you didn't see the whole thing, did you?
No. Just the bottom silver.
Work.
If you
I need a brown paper bag next time.
No, you need to just do this.
Yeah, that's true. Your bird dog mug. Or
Come
tumbler,
on, son.
Whatever it is.
If you guys love the live shows, please let us know in the comments, because if you do, then we could make this like a standing date between us and Vu and you. Let's see. Arjena says yes. Chase says I love this. Trish says yes. Center Hill Cards says love the lives. I think this is the first time in America in the last 30 years that something has been unanimous.
Yeah. There's not a lot of that anymore.
Got to tell you, folks.
Argenis loves it too. So,
boom.
And we like it. What we really love, I know we're going long here. We never go 40 minutes anymore.
No.
Them's against the rules. But
yes,
I like how there's interaction throughout the course of the show as we're discussing a topic, and, whether we call for it or you all just put it out there, being able to read some of those comments is really awesome, and just bouncing off of that, we really enjoy it. So
what we could do is just spitballing here with you guys on the live chat is we could throughout the week we can be like, hey, on Friday we're going live at 7 p.m. and we're talking about this one topic, and in that way you guys can just kind of like shoot it with us on that one topic. I think
we could go live with Klosky for an episode too.
Oh, that would be good. That would be good.
Takes
Mike,
from him.
Some podcasters pick a day and time each week to do a live.
There we go.
This could be.
We don't have to reinvent the wheel here.
Yeah, exactly.
We just have to make sure we're somewhat on time. I know we said 6:30. It was more like
that's
7:10.
Behind the curtain, that was on me. That was not on Kevin, people. That was on me. So I apologize.
And usually it's on me. So,
well,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll be back for another batch of episodes next week. In the meantime, hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Kevin might need to get a new potato, though. Yeah, Trish is correct. I need.
Trish, nice.
I'm actually planning to fly up to Idaho and just get a whole shipment of them.
Let's
fresh
go.
as can be, and just rotate them out as they come in.
I like it.
I need a large supply of potatoes, like I'm running a fast food restaurant and making French fries.
Be on the lookout. Next week, we're doing a 40-man roster crunch episode. You guys are going to love it. We're going to go deep. So watch out for that.
Yes. All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.